named it here on Twitch, and then it came and populated here in my episode name. So alright, good deal, good deal. Alright, so what am I going to do here? What are we going to do? We're going to fix up some code. That's definitely what I'm going to do. So how are we going to do this? We are going to, what are we going to do? We're going to open up Unity for sure, wherever that may be. There it is. Okay, it's open. Alright, this is not going to be very much anything that's going to improve the game like on the front end, but on the back end I'm going to go ahead and change some of the events and the callback functions. So I've been kind of naming them a little off, and now I want to name them the correct things. So I'm going to go to my scripts here. So on my movement, so my actual events, I'm going to call like the functions that are being called by the event callbacks, and I'll be calling the events like on something. So for example, this on movement, I'm actually going to want to call this, I'm going to call this movement callback. And on crouch, I'm going to call this crouch callback. And walk, I'm going to call it walk callback. And jump, we're going to call it jump callback. And so that being said, I want to name you this event on movement. I'm going to say you on crouch, you on walk, and you on jump. So now our events are like on something, and our functions that are subscribing to it will be called callbacks. So very nice. Let's just do that for the other one. We did that for first person. Let's do it for third person. So very similar thing. Movement callback, crouch callback, walk callback, jump callback, and then the actual event on movement, on crouch, on walk, and on jump. Alright. And I think I got one more place to do that, and that's saying collection, I think. Alright. On dig, on place, I'm going to say dig callback, and we'll call this place callback, something like that. I'm happy-ish with that. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Okay, that looks good. Just something quick that I wanted to do. Wow, it only took me a few minutes, so I'm happy with that. Alright, one of the things I really want to fix is his movement. Something weird's happening, right? If we look at this player, kind of focus on him, and when we move him, oops, focus on him, hit it a few times. Yeah, there we go. We can see he kind of twitches around, right? Like if you just look at the background instead of the player, you can see it twitches like when he stops. So this could be a few things. Maybe there's something that's stopping him. So maybe we have some kind of position code in here. So that's what I'm kind of going to do. I'm just going to open up Visual Studio here. Let's just find anything that affects position as a whole. So just find all in current project. So target tracker, yeah, not too worried about that. I'm really looking for target position on the other side of this. So yeah, here we go. That's moving the camera. So all this stuff's moving the camera. Follow target. That's moving the camera. That's moving the camera. Control terrain dig. I don't think I'm worried about that. Okay, around here is what I'm going to look at. Okay. Here we go. So that's adding a force. Yep, that's not doing anything to the position really. I didn't know I had this updating the rotation for some reason. I want to do that false. Yep, it's kind of weird actually. So movement callback, you're just setting the destination of the nav mesh. That's perfect. I'm cool with that. Let's see if that just fixed anything. Just making so weird. Something's not right. Can he not turn on his own? Yeah, something's weird, right? Let's check the animator. Alright, so right now everything's 0. If I click here, there he is. So he has -1 forward, but no turn. Let's look at the movement script, shall we? So he can move any way he wants. Then we can get a turn amount. I'm probably not going to clamp this turn amount anymore. Forward amount is just going to be his Z. But that's after we find the normal. So basically, I don't know, is that right? I'm sorry, I'm just thinking. Alright, the velocity that we're going to pass is something based on the direction of the character, I guess, right? It's not just the velocity overall. But how do I check that? Do I just not move him? Can I do that? Is he grounded to begin with? No? Alright, so look. I just took off that move update altogether. Oh, so he's going to be floating the whole time. That's okay. Because really what I want to debug is player. I want to look at the nav mesh agent. I still have player. Nav mesh agent, navigation. I'm looking in the wrong window. So if I click somewhere, maybe you can show me code. Maybe you can show me the desired velocity. By let's put it like in a public vector 3. Public vector 3 debug nav mesh velocity. And all you're gonna do is just say debug.nav nav mesh velocity equals nav mesh agent dot velocity. So you're just gonna do that every update loop. And maybe I don't even have to do anything. Maybe. Alright, cool. So we got 0, 0, 0. If you see that, yeah. If I click somewhere, yeah. So this should be straightforward-ish, like straight into Z, right? Okay, cool. Now, what if I rotated this player? What if I took the player and rotated him this way? So if I do that, I click over here. Yeah, it's still very much the right, basically forward, even though I rotated the player. Interesting. So these are definitely world coordinates, right? They're not local. Good to know. And I will just delete you. We don't need you anymore. I get what you're giving me. It's okay. On movement, you're giving me world transform stuff, and I guess if I wanted to transfer that into local, this is how I do it, right? You give me, this is world, you're gonna make this local. Oh, and now that it's local, you can give me the Z, right? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then this is the turn amount, okay. So check ground status. I'm not really doing too much. I'm just getting a sphere. I am getting the radius of the sphere, and then I'm checking everything but the player, and if it's colliding with something outside of the player, it's grounded. Cool. And then apply extra turn is yeah, just basically how much can you turn. And rotate. This just rotates the character. Okay, that's good. If I get a click, this is what happens. If I get a jump, a walk, or a crouch, that's what's happened. Okay, all very good stuff. And then if you're airborne, just add a little extra gravity. Sorry, just thinking. Alright, what else am I thinking to do to see if I can fix any of this? All this should be standard and should work just fine. So all of this, forward, turn, crouch, on ground. Alright, let me go ahead and go back to Unity. I'm going to pull up the animator. I'm going to play this. Can I not save it? Yeah, don't forget to save the code I just did. I think I brought it back to an original state. Very glitchy still. I might just go with desired velocity. I don't know if I'm going to do this whole velocity thing. Just tell me where do you want to go. Yeah, I just don't know what it's doing to like, it's very glitchy at times. And I think it's because of the max velocity, right? Like the max change in velocity. That's what I need to look at. That's what I need to debug. This thing. Force, right? I'm being very still because my stream just disconnected. So hopefully it's coming back. Maybe. I think we're okay. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so debug force equals force. Let's go ahead and generate that field. Private? No way. Let's make this public. So here we go. This is what's gonna make it look crazy, right? Debug force 0, 0, 0. So we go up here. Kind of just looking for crazy numbers, right? I'm kind of staring at I know what I can do. Instead of that, because it goes away too fast, I just need to what do I need to do? Just put it into console debug.log force, something like that. So we're at 0, 0, 0, come over here, bam, and then pause. Or make sure we see something crazy first. Yeah, that's all twitchy. Twitchy, oh yeah, that's a good twitchy. Alright, and then we pull up the console. I guess the time would have been nice too. So yeah, that looks pretty standard. That stuff doesn't look too standard. 348. 1000, yeah, you see some of that. Like some of these is probably the reason it's twitching out. That's what happens when you try to get the animator too much, if you give it too much power. So that's why we do this max force thing. Right now we're just saying nav mesh agent times 5. I don't really know, but that should help, I guess. You can see he stopped twitching. Every time he like lands from his crouch, he goes back. I don't understand that part. Let me look. Crouching. I'm sorry. Crouching. If we look at just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, like he's not supposed to move. That's his idle, right? I don't know. Why does he scooch back every time? Yeah. Can I see his collider and everything? Oh, and this one. I don't need to see his nav mesh agent, I just want his collider. Huh. Scooches back. Comes on forward. Something weird's happening, right? You see, I'm to the point where I think the animator should not be controlling the movement of this capsule, and that just might have to be. But for the turning, it just looks so good. Like when he turns like that, like I think that it just makes it so much better. That's why I don't want to give it up. But at the same time, I think it's causing bugs, and I think I'd rather just have the physics engine do what the physics engine does, and then just kind of match the animation to what the physics engine is doing. I think it's the only way it's going to work right. gotta be right. Yeah, it's gotta be. Uh, because, yeah, I mean, there's just no other reason I should even be thinking about it. Just for that cool motion, I think we'll survive without it. I think so. I think we'll be okay. Alright, let's just say we're a capsule, right? This is going to be sad. We're going to take apart our animation movements stuff. Okay, so here we go. Animation isn't really going to do any of this. On animator move, you're not doing any of it. In fact, you are done. Sad. I'm a little sad because we did a lot of work for that. And just to see that it's not working very well. It's not tried and true, you know. What's tried and true is use the physics engine, make it do what it needs to do, and that's what we'll do. So, okay, to make that work better, we're not using the animator to update the movement. We're going to just use the rigid body. So, shoot, how we're going to do that? Because how we did it before is we moved first and then we updated the animation. So instead of animate updates, we're going to have to do some kind of, well, okay, physics definitely likes to be done on fixed update, so we'll do that first. But what will we be doing? So we have a nav mesh agent, we have a velocity. Why don't we just try messing with that first? So, this won't be animation driven anymore. This is, or can it be? Can we kind of get both? Void. I already forgot what we just deleted here. What did we just delete? What were we so sad to delete? On animator move. Okay. All I'm gonna do is just get animator.delta position. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't have to actually get it. It's gonna be available to me. So we have animator delta position, and we have nav mesh. So here we go. Void fixed update. This is going to be our true movement. So we're going to have vector 3 animator desired velocity, and that's going to equal animator dot, what was it? Animator dot delta position divided by time dot delta time. I don't think it's by fixed delta time. Vector 3, this is nav mesh desired velocity equals nav mesh agent dot desired velocity. So that's how the animator is moving. This is how the nav mesh is moving. Like, I kind of just want to get an average of them. So maybe I can add them both and divide them by 2. Maybe. I'll try it. Anything's worth trying, I guess. So basically we're going to have one more vector3 average desired velocity equals animator animator desired velocity plus nav mesh desired velocity divided by 2. And let's just make sure you add first before you divide. So that should be the average desired velocity, and now we can get our rigid body to kind of follow that. So rigid body dot add force, rigid body dot add force. Gosh, it's a shame that we deleted that code. I think first we got the mass, which was float mass equals rigid body dot mass. We got average velocity, F equals ma. Oh, but this is the force at that time segment. So okay. So we're gonna have a vector3 force equals mass times average desired velocity over time or times time. I'm gonna say times. Time dot delta time. This one we're gonna do fixed delta time. Whew. And then rigid body dot add force. I think that's what we gotta do. So we got the animated desired velocity, nav mesh desired velocity. We're still gonna use the same like logic. Let's see what happens. I probably broke it big time. So he's not moving. He should be. There's a chance. I still would totally like to see what kind of force we're applying. So vector3 debug force equals force. And we're just gonna make you a field. Debug force is actually going to be public. I would like to debug the force. It's right here. There's our debug force. I know you don't see it. It's right there. I'll be looking at it and I'll be updating y'all. So there's no force there. Oh yeah, the force is so minuscule. It's probably not beating the force of friction. So I probably have this wrong. I probably need to divide, where's my fixed update? I probably need to divide this by the fixed delta time. Alright, so if I click here, yep, that is way too fast. So something else is up. Timesing it's probably no good. What if I just said MA? And the other thing is, this is local, this is not local, so I wonder if I should get it in local, like what it did the other one, transform dot inverse, transforms the direction from world to local space, yeah, something like that. So basically I get the desired velocity locally, not in world space. Just curious. Yeah. So you definitely have like a Z, and then the zero. It should always be like a zero force. Oh my gosh. Screw the animator for now. Screw this average velocity for now. What if I just did nav mesh desired velocity? It could be just that my formula screwed up. No. Okay. What if I just said nav mesh desired velocity? Oh, and I'm adding. Let me add relative force. Relative force. Is that a thing? Okay, nav mesh desired velocity. Force mode. Velocity change. Alright, so what? You know, I'm going straight with velocity just because I want it to look a little nicer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too fast, too fast. Times time dot fixed delta time. Too slow. Whatever's happening here is too slow. It's working, it's just too slow. What am I doing wrong? I think that's fine, but since I'm not too worried about it right now, I'm just gonna say add force. Oh, and add force means we gotta get the difference. Okay, that's what I'm missing. That's totally what I'm missing. So this was fine. Nav mesh, that was fine. Just I forgot to get the difference. So we need a vector 3 delta force. And delta force right now will just be the change in velocity. It will be rigid body dot velocity minus. So it's what's my current speed? No, I don't like it. It's where I want to go. Nav mesh agent dot velocity minus rigid body dot velocity. And okay, so that's my delta velocity or my delta force for now. So I bet that should look pretty good or pretty accurate to the nav mesh agent. Yep. And so this is directly affected by the nav mesh agent stuff. So if I made this like a 1 acceleration, it will be using the nav mesh 1 acceleration stuff. But if I did it like 20 acceleration, that should be fine. If I made this a 1 speed, that's as fast as he'll go. 2 speed, 3 speed, 4 speed, 8 speed. That's the other problem. I think the delta force dot y should always be 0. We don't want this to affect the up and down motion of the character. So that should always be the case. So now this is just like nav mesh and rigid body. There's no real animator component to this. But hopefully this will get rid of some problems. He doesn't have his awesome turning anymore though. That's a shame. I mean, it kind of looks like he's turning into his But he definitely doesn't slow down is what I'm trying to say. He like definitely slides. Okay, sorry, just looking at some stuff. Okay, so he very much uses the nav mesh body um, pretty much regularly. Okay, I think we can start doing this other stuff. Let me do one step at a time. First, I'm going to get the local nav mesh velocity, which will be doing that, and then I just want to add a relative force. So will that work? Oh, I wonder if I need to get some kind of like rigid body dot relative velocity. I think I probably need to do that here as well. Transform dot inverse transform direction rigid body. Something like that. Okay. I'm thinking. So the rigid body, this should be the velocity in local space, and this should be the rigid body's velocity in local space. If I take both of those, subtract them, and then we add that relative force, we should totally get the right way to go. So what am I failing at? So if I click just forward, where's his stuff? Capsule collider, nav mesh agent, yeah, all this stuff. Okay, so debug force is right there. So he should just have like a little bit of a Z, right? If I click forward some. Yeah, Z's looking pretty good. The negative, the second I try to go this way, he freaks out a bit. He goes right just fine. Right and like down maybe. No, and up. No, you can't do anything fine. I don't know why. I think it's because rigid body velocity is like local. Is it? I don't know. I don't think so. Well, either way, I think what's best is if we get these two first. Nav mesh desired velocity. Yeah, let's go ahead. Desired velocity. Yeah. Oops. This was, when was I doing this? Okay, so this is not the relative velocity. This is straight up add force. Okay, sorry. So that's nav mesh velocity minus rigid body velocity, and so that's just your delta force. Okay, and that's not affecting any y's. Y's is good. So it's just 2D delta force. So that's your desired velocity in world space, and that's your rigid velocity in world space. That's all good. Maybe I can get this to be in world space. So animator desired velocity equals transform dot So we have inverse. How about transform direction or transform point? Transform vector? Oh, transform vectors. Transform vector from local space to world space. So transform vector and a vector 3 animated desired velocity. What about that? Maybe that's what I was kind of screwing up. Then we get average desired velocity. And so that's kind of how we want to go. This desired velocity minus rigid body velocity. Yeah, let's try that. It's okay there. When I try to go the backwards, it's kind of fighting it. I don't know why. Must be something to do with this transform vector thing. Because player's rotating, right? So like if I go left, he should be like 180 degrees, yeah. So this way he's okay. This way he's just fine. This way he fights it. Interesting. I just don't know if this is local or not, so I wonder if I just comment this out, will it be any better? I think that's fine. So I guess it's all in world space. Okay. Gosh, it's been 45 minutes? Alright. Let's see if I can go in a hole and see if, yeah, like what's that? What? I don't get it. That's another bug I just want to fix somehow. No debug for, so it's not my movement engine. It's just something else. At least he stopped going backwards when he jumps. Okay, anyway, back to what I'm thinking or what I'm doing. What am I doing? Who knows anymore? This guy's moving around. He jumps. Alright. So I'm just averaging basically the nav mesh desired velocity and the animator desired velocity, and both have kind of a pull. I guess what I'm going to try to do is clamp the speed though. So on both. So we got this average desired velocity, and I'm just going to say if average desired velocity is dot magnitude is greater than nav mesh agent dot speed, then average velocity equals average velocity dot normalized times nav mesh agent dot speed. And that's how I'm going to kind of just clamp it so it doesn't go too fast or go too crazy. And I'm probably going to have to fix that again, but we'll see. So now you can only go as fast as nav mesh agent will let you. Yeah, still something, I just don't like something, and it might just be that I'm getting Animator to do stuff. So if I don't do this, and I just say nav mesh desired velocity, I think it'll be better, at least like capsule wise and movement wise. Like there'll be no twitching or anything, which is good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to use the nav mesh agent. Basically, the desired velocity of the nav mesh agent. Alright, so here's some other stuff I gotta think about. So right now we're using movement. Movement is using what? Movement using the desired velocity. Okay. So instead of, so what's movement doing? Movement's making this move vector, and it's setting the animation with that move vector. I kind of need access to that movement vector as well. So and what are you actually doing? I think I'm just going to steal you, put you up here for now. So I'm totally not doing any of this other stuff. So we're just going to say nav mesh desired velocity is this. Yeah, okay. And all we gotta do now is handle the animator speed. And I guess I can do that here. I can just say animator speed speed is equal to oof, it's hard. 5.661 divided by nav mesh, nope, the other way around, nav mesh desired velocity dot magnitude divided by 5.661. It's not quite right either, because when he's walking his feet are not moving that same speed. It's some big time sliding. Okay, and that's because of you. That's because of your base layer. By default, the base layer should be 1. So all that's 1. So if I hit play here, I'll let you see it. What? Oh, geez. I didn't know you can actually move stuff around. Alright, so that's him running 5.661, right? That's a speed of 1. This walking animation should be... Alright, so let's see. How do I grab this walking animation? So this is run, this is walk, right here. I want this animation. Yes, whatever. Uh-oh, did I break it? Oh, come on. I wonder what happened here. Oh, you're opening it. I don't want to open it either. I just want humanoid walk. Definitely want the inspector. Yep, I want the animation. Alright, so it says it's 5.99, 5.59. So let's see. We're in decimal, cool. 5.66, oops. Oh, well, shoot. Let's just go back to standard then. 5.661 divided by times 0.5. I need you to be that speed. Divided by 1.559. You need to be 1.81 for your animation controller. So what did I say? 1.8. Let's say 1.82. So for your walking animation, 1.82. I think that's how fast we gotta go for you to be truly half speed. 1.82. Alright, I hope that's right. Basically, I'm just trying to make the walk animation look good. So here's him running, here's him walking. Yeah, that looks better. That's just him walking around. I wonder what's happening if I make him a little faster. Say I made him like, where's this NavMesh agent? Say I made him like 10 fast. And like give him a little more acceleration. Yeah, I think he moves his feet faster. Alright, let's go a little crazy. Double everything. Yeah, I think he does. Yep, you can see his feet. Nice. Okay. I love the speed. And he does turn into his, oh jeez. He does actually turn into his runs. Thank goodness. The animator still does its thing. The only thing I don't like is when he does just a turn, a negative turn, or he doesn't have a negative, is what I'm trying to say. Is he needs like, I wish he can like walk backwards, and maybe that's what I will give him right now. So if he's walking backwards, I want to give him one more. Add a motion field. Yeah. It's basically going to be 0, -1. or actually 0.5. Negative 0.5, and that will be humanoid walk, yep. And it's going to be negative 1.82. So if I watch it, yeah, he walks backwards. Okay, and let's do one more. Add a motion field. Yep, sure. It's going to be humanoid run. And it's going to be 0, negative 1, negative 1.82. Oh, no, this could be negative 1. Negative 1. So if I hit play, and I'll get out the way, this is him. Oops. Come on. Okay, that's him walking backwards. This is him idling, walking backwards, and then running backwards. And then this is kind of him turning. So hopefully, when I go here in the animation, he'll kind of at least move his legs while he turns. I mean, he does a good job like turning into his turns, but if he needs to like turn around, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I can like duplicate the two walking ones at least. Maybe the hard ones, like this one. Turn. Let's do walk, turn left. So that's negative 1, negative. Alright, so we're going to do 2 more, and then I'll stop playing around with the animations. So it's going to be negative 1, negative 0.5, and this is going to be 1, negative 0.5. Okay, and so that's going to be walk right and walk left. Okay, can I get a walk right? Walk right and walk left. Perfect. This is the walk right and walk left. Did I get it right? Negative 1 is left, I hope. Yeah, negative 1 is left. It's only the 0.5 though. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. And walk right is 0.5. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. And then I want it to be exactly those 2 values. Play. Let me get out the way a little bit. How do I adjust the value? Thought I could drag it. Let me click off of it and click back on. Huh. Oh, maybe because I'm in play mode? Yeah. Oh crap, it's going to lose all the animations? Oh no, I don't think it did. Let me get off of animation again. Here we go. Hit play. This is him kind of turning. Yeah, and this is him turning the other way. Alright, hopefully, maybe. I wish I could see it here, but we can kind of see it here. Alright, I feel pretty good about that. Hmm. Alright, that looks pretty good. I feel like I might be missing something, but I don't know. I'm a little sad. The animation really gave it a more, like, his feet just feel too slidey, but that's okay. My other question is, should I use the velocity instead of desired velocity? So here, I'm using desired velocity. What if I just use velocity? Velocity and, yeah, velocity. How would that affect everything and anything? Yeah, I think that's better, right? At least now, I get a little, whoa, let's stop up. Yeah, I think velocity really gives it a little something, especially if I'm trying to go like around the sphere a little bit. If I click here, he'll go around the sphere, which is good. So click here, 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 nope, here, 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 here. Alright, the other thing I want to do is you basically lose control if you jump. So, if you're is walking, you have to speed. If not is grounded, I'm just gonna return. Oops, return. You can't do anything. You'll have to do what you do, basically. So that means if I'm running, jump. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, yeah, I like it so that if you jump, you just can't control what you're doing. I think that's how it should be. I love that you can jump like off a box. So if you jump, 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 woohoo! It's pretty nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Alright, jump, jump, jump off another ledge, jump, 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 jump. So awesome. Jump, 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 jump. It's a pretty cool dynamic. I like it. You can jump off boxes and probably just any ledge. Let me see if you're coming this way. Say I was coming towards the sphere full force. Sometimes you get a little wobbly. Oh man, that's so cool. Alright, anyway. I'm almost sad that this is just a sand building game. I want to use this kind of movement for like I have another game that I'm like thinking of, and it's called like Water Gun Boys, and you're kind of this boy that runs around with water guns, and like I think this would be such like a cool little action platformer thing where like you kind of run around and shoot each other. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm definitely gonna be using this for that. And then you can jump around, and kill everybody. It's awesome. I'll call these like jump cubes or something, and all you gotta do is jump off them twice. Little double jump, basically. Love it. You can jump off the sphere too, if you know exactly what you're doing. Maybe even jump on the sphere? No? Alright. Oh my goodness. Alright, and this is tab. This is first person mode. It still works. What? Whoa! Why did I get knocked off so much? I don't get it. Are you bouncy or something? Alright, anyway. What am I doing here? We're just really using nav mesh agent now. I might try to make this a force again by doing all this. So we got the nav mesh agent velocity, and I'll just name it that instead of desired velocity. Velocity, and that sets the animator speed. Alright, so we got the mass, the force, which would be mass times nav mesh agent. I think if I look at my source tree, this thing, I should be able to see what it was before. Let's give it a sec though. I'll figure that out in a bit. Let me go to my working copy. This raw mocap stuff I'm not worried about. Here we go, this is what I want to see. Yeah, this, I think I got rid of some important stuff, like yeah, on animator move, got rid of this is grounded. So it was mass times delta velocity divided by delta time. Alright, so the change in velocity divided by delta time. Got it. So this is the nav mesh velocity. Let's get the delta velocity. This is delta velocity. So the force, we will be doing mass times nav mesh delta velocity over time dot fixed delta time. Okay, cool. And this will tell me the force that we're applying. I really should put this up here. So there's no change in y, so you shouldn't be adding any force in the y. I could do that, or I could just do it for the force, but this is fine. So now instead of delta velocity, we'll just use force. We just use the normal force mode, so just like that. And I'll get the debug value there. Alright, so here we go. This should be very similar, I think. Yeah, good. That's what I was hoping. Okay, it's looking fine. This is what I really want to do, honestly. I wish you were just nav mesh magnitude. And then we just make the requirement that all velocity has to be 1. So basically, and this is going to be ridiculous, but I think this is the way to do it. I want nav mesh velocity be, I basically want that all these to be the speed at which, like I want this run to be at the speed of which he runs 1 unit per second. And then we just adjust the speed, an animation speed to his nav mesh speed, and basically now he's running at 10 units or whatever. So let's just do that right quick. So we know 5. We know he's going to be at 5.661. So that's really going to be this 0.177, right? So 0.177. Did I lose it? So everything here is at 0.177. Is my guess. Alright, but besides that, if I go to his walk, just his regular walk, the walk animation, however I get to it, here we go, is 1.559. So if I do that, calc 1.559, sorry, 0.5 divided by 1.559, that's 0.320, or 0.321. Alright, so then we can just go back to the animation. Yep, the grounded animation. I run into a problem already. And the problem is his idle animation. So we really need to offset everything by 1. So if his idle animation should always play at 1. So his running animation should be at 2, and his walking should be at 1.5. So that's what we need to do, offset by 1.5. So 1.5 divided by 1.559. I think that's what his walking animation was. Yep. If I hit enter, it's 0.962. 0.962. 0.962. Can I do it? Can I find it? Here we go. 0.962. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it like this. Okay, sorry. And 2 divided by 5.661. 0.353. 0.353. So I'm just updating all the values here. So all his idle stuff will be at 1. All his other stuff will be at a certain other speed. Okay. I think that's it. So we'll always have to do magnitude -1. +1. So if it's at 0, he's doing something. If he's at running, he'll be at 2. So that's how it'll work. I hope, man. Yeah, he's running way too slow. How's his walking? Yeah, it's too slow, and I don't know why. Nav mesh speed. The animator speed is the nav mesh magnitude plus 1. And let me kind of keep that all together anyway. Animator.speed is going to be nav mesh agent dot velocity dot magnitude plus 1, right? So if he's is that right? Okay, if he's at 0, he's going a certain speed. If he's running at like 10, it'd be 10 times that animation, right? Animator speed. Right, you should be moving like super fast. I don't know what else I did wrong. Maybe I half the speed unintentionally. No? I just made you really fast. You're still not moving any faster. Why is that? Animator.speed. Animator. Oh, animator would actually be. Base layer. Ground it. I see, it's not really updating this guy's speed. How do I update that guy's speed? Animator dot what? I'm trying to think of how do I set the speed, right? The playback speed of the animator. 1 is normal playback. Set it to 2. Set it to 20. Alright, it's compiling, it's doing its thing. It's not being affected at all. Question. Do you even know who your animator is? You sure do. Is animator speed being set somewhere else? It is. It's being set right here. Dun dun dun. You're about to go really fast. Oh yeah. That guy is going way too fast. Alright, so now we know this is gonna work. Nav mesh agent dot speed plus dot velocity dot magnitude plus 1. So here we go. I bet if I clicked on you, there we go. Yep, that is way too fast. But now I can't say his feet are sliding because I can't even see his feet. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog there. Love it. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, well, we're getting there. So it's magnitude. Maybe I gotta divide it by 2. Maybe that's what I forgot to do. But why would I do that? I don't think so. I think something else is up. Alright, so if he's moving at 1, I'm sorry, if he's moving at 1, his animator speed's going to be at 2. So I definitely need to move. So his animator speed's going to be at 2. His animation, his 1.559 animation at 1 will be that. So it's going to definitely need to be half that at 2. So that, okay, I think I got it. Okay, I think I got it. So we're going to do his walking animation. So he moves at 1.559 at normal speed at 1. We definitely want that to be half speed. So we're just going to times that by 0.5. Okay, so that's half the speed. So at 0.5 he's going that speed. That's still not making any sense to me right now. 1 divided by 1.559. Okay. At 0.641 speed, he'll move 1 unit at 1 animation speed. I divide that by 2. At 2 animation speed, he'll move 1 unit. And that's at that speed. I think so. Let's try it. 0.321. I think that's what I'm using. Let's go. Ground it. Oh yeah, I'm not. 0.321. So all the walk stuff is going to be 0.321. Okay, now let's do the other one. 5.661. No, 1 divided by 5.661. So at this speed, he'll be moving 1 unit at 1 speed. .088. Yeesh, I don't know. Is that too slow? I don't know. I guess if he's running at a good speed. Alright, 0.88. Let's try it. Maybe it'll be wrong. Yeah, I think the walk is dead on. Like that looks great. The running, I'm not convinced. Let's try it again. Okay. The running, I want him to run 1 unit per. Alright, if he's running 1 unit, he's doing this. The other way. 0.176. Okay. At 2 animation speed, that's what he's doing. I just don't know. Should I just double it? Should I not worry about the 2 animation speed? 1.77. I just can't make up my mind here. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, that seems pretty good actually. I like it. These are the right values. I just had to do math. Awesome. Yeah, this is good. I think what's happening when he lands is the check sphere. Hold on, let me verify what I'm saying before I say it. So the check sphere goes into him. Oh, I need to see the capsule collider. Let me see the capsule collider. And we don't have to see the nav mesh agent right now. Check sphere goes. I thought the check sphere would go into him, but it doesn't. It doesn't seem to. Kind of seems pretty consistent right under him. Okay. Alright, let me see what's going on here. Why is he... Like, I think for this, I might just have to manually do something. Maybe I can like raycast down if I don't see anything below me for like 10 units or something, or maybe 100 units. Like basically it's infinite. Then I'll go ahead and move that raycast up maybe 50 units, raycast down again, and see what's the point that he really needs to be on, and just force move him there. Because I can't really think of anything else I need to do. Alright. Well, I could always jump out of it, and that's a solution. Alright, so if I'm here... Alright, I'm gonna definitely make the first person that same way. No animator controls really. I'm just gonna make it so that the rigid body is the only thing that really matters. Yeesh. Alright, so where do we go? First person controller script. Yeah, move first person controller skip. We're not going to do it here on animator move. We're going to actually do all this junk on fixed update. Void fixed update. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to grab this. We don't need a debug force. I know you're working now. So this fixed update. We're not going to get nav mesh velocity. What velocity are we going to actually go? Movements. So movement's going to tell me I still think I'm going to get the, although I'm not really using nav mesh agent, I still feel like I'm going to need him to tell me the speed. Weirdly enough. Even though you're disabled, I'm still going to use you. Uh-oh, I lost the cursor. That was weird. Nav mesh agents. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're more with the rigid body. Alright, so we got the nav mesh agent. I think all I'm gonna do is just say move vector3 velocity equals movement dot normalized times nav mesh agent dot speed, and that's it. And you're gonna be half of that if you're just walking. And then basically we're gonna go this desired velocity. Might put a cap on the speed, but I don't know. Oh snap, I don't know what's happening. Alright, probably I have too many things actually going on. I'm not gonna do anything with on animator move now, I think, so don't worry about that. That was first thing. So I shouldn't be moving. Okay. Nice, I'm still alive. My forward and backwards isn't moving, isn't working, but my left and my right work fine, so that's great. It's definitely working. Oh. I wonder it's because, yeah, velocity should be. I see. Velocity.z should equal velocity.y, and velocity.y. Well, we won't even worry about velocity.y because later we nix it in the butt. So we'll let that compile a little bit. That's interesting. It's going the wrong way, but let's see. Sorry, got distracted. Alright, so that works fine. Oh, it's not local, it's all world. So we totally gotta convert that to world somehow. So to do that, we can say velocity equals transform dot. Right now we have local movement, and we want to change it to world. So let's do that. Velocity. I wonder if that's all I got to do. Yep, that's it. Nice. So now this really feels like a first person. Okay. And you still can't control your jumps, so that's kind of a feature I wanted. Fun. Alright, so yeah, definitely now you can hybrid. You can hybrid this game very nicely. Dun 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 dun. Oh, make sure when you switch to first person that your animation speed gets set back to 1, because I can see that the animation speed's not 1 when I'm in first person. So totally do that. And you can do that by going to here. I wonder if I can just set it here. Animator. Or like if animator does not equal null. It will equal null the first time because on enable runs before start. Animator dot speed equals 1. Alright. So every time you enable that script, it should bring you back to 1 even if you're running. So if I'm running and I go tab 1, I should still be able to run. Yeah, cool. Nice, king of the world. The other one I want to do is the nav mesh rigid body on enable. Just another one. If nav mesh agent does not equal null, nav mesh agent dot set destination transform that position. So basically you're not if you clicked way somewhere far away like there, but then switched to first person mode and then you went back, you won't try to run over there. Yeah, so crazy. Like it's kind of jarring to go from first person to third person, but it works. Like this feels fine. This feels like any first person I play, and it has good like movement and everything. Just I don't need something this fast, unfortunately. And I can still dig, right? Yeah. But like I said, this is not a good digging view. So I can run and dig. I'm digging in the ground while running. I could totally put footprints in the ground too if I wanted to, and that would be pretty cool. Oh, I think camera just died, so let me go ahead and uncheck that. And that's probably my cue to go pretty soon. Alright, well we got some stuff going. Let me check a few more things on the script. On the ground check, I know I have something, or on airborne movement or something, one of these. Yeah, on airborne movement. Ground check distance is basically 0. If it's less than 0, which means I guess if I'm going, otherwise it's 0.1. Let's say you're just radius. I want to see if that works. That's the third person. Alright. So this should go into his body, the little ground check sphere. Oh no, it actually falls down. Okay. Maybe negative radius? Oh, what if I just said 0? That's what I need to do. Let it compile. Okay, now it's ready. Yeah, I'll make it 0, so it goes up to his body. Perfect. Okay, that's something I just wanted to fix too. And I can do that for the first person one too. The ground check, you can go to there, or you can go to 0. Nice. Okay, just thinking of things, other things before I cut this off. Animator's no longer handling the movement, unfortunately. It's something that just had to be done, because it was being too jerky. I might move the actual ground check distance to 0.2, because I just think you need a little more ground checking ability. Yeah, that sounds good. So most of the time you'll be running. I don't really need them to be. Yeah, I'm sorry. Most of the time, you'll be on the ground, and I don't want him to like pretend like he's falling, if he's really not. And I could almost make it even higher than that. What if I did like, not 0.2, but like 0.4? Gosh, that's gonna be like a really low sphere. What? There's no way, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. The ground check sphere is definitely working. Yeah, I don't know. I can just see that he like sometimes falls anyway. Let's see. There's no way, right? I'm just seeing if he falls. Like, I think consistently. My stuff is dying. What is happening? I can't tell. Is there a little bounce or something? Is that what's happening? Let me take off the character. I just can't see what's happening. Oh, but I still want to see this capsule. It's like he hits the ground, but then really falls to the bottom, and I don't understand that. What's happening? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. So I'm jumping, he lands, he doesn't land all the way to the ground, but then he falls to the ground. That's what's driving me crazy. He jumps up, then falls to the ground. What part of my code is doing that? If he's jumping, rigid body goes up, yep, you just add a force, it's an impulse, and then you don't apply root motion anymore, which like I don't even think we need anymore. Ground distance check is 0.1. In fact, it should be 0. So let's let that just give it a second to compile. Alright. So that's good. It's the second he jumps, it's putting it up there. So that won't be a problem. So I don't think it's when you're jumping, it's like when you're landing. So the gravity, basically, extra gravity force, you just get the physics gravity times gravity multiplier minus physics gravity. So it's just an extra force. And then you're also just saying, hey, if your velocity is less than 0, don't worry about putting your ground check outside of your body, but if you are falling, go ahead and put the ground check outside of your body. So, okay, that's no problem. I'm going to take this is walking thing off for now. I almost just say, hey, instead of looking at movement, just look at your rigid body dot velocity. Is that right? Vector 3. Gosh, I don't even know. Where's movement being updated? Okay, movement's being updated here. And then I'm just going to check the is walking right here. If is walking, just say movement divided equals 2, or times equals 0.5. Something like that. Just so you're saying, hey, you'll check for is walking and you'll do it. And you don't have to. Oh, yeah, you do. Man. I'm thinking. So movement's just going to be a vector from your controls. If you're holding down the is walking, it'll be half of that. We'll just do it all here. If movement dot magnitude is greater than 1, movement dot normalize. Awesome. And then if your is walking, times it by 0.5. So now we don't have to normalize you up here. We know movement's going to be some kind of value. Okay, good deal. Then transform it to world, and then you do some stuff. We don't need to do this is walking check. If your is grounded, don't worry about doing any of this, so I'll just put that at the top. So we got a velocity, we got a change in velocity, a delta velocity. We're saying the delta velocity should not affect the y. Or better yet, I could just do it with the force. Force dot y is going to equal to 0. You're not going to add any y force. And then that's it. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Let me try to keep this under 2 hours. So, checking anything else. I think movement is just fine here, because it could be a normalized value or a walking value. So yeah, that's good. Let's go back to NavMesh. This one. Definitely this root motion stuff's not happening, so I don't have to worry about that. That gizmo is kind of weird, so no worries about root motion. Okay. So not worry about root motion. Honestly, we don't check the if else. We just kind of say, hey, whatever you give me is what I get. So is grounded is going to be check sphere. This thing. Okay, cool. Turn speed, I'll leave it as is. Movement callback, yep, that sounds fine. All the rest of that's good. Yep, I'm not going to find out this normal stuff right now. Worry about it maybe another day. Movement. Yeah, okay. Animator update, fixed update, move update. Yeah, I gotta reorganize it a little bit. Okay, so that's all saved. Let's stop this. So there's something weird here. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say I don't apply root motion. That might have been it. I was still applying root motion when I have to be applying root motion. I think that was it all along. So there's no root motion, not even by script. Yeah, so this is going to be good. Okay, cool. This seems fine. What about in first person? Let's try to get into an area. Yeah, there, now it's all kind of working better. Except I need to stop that root motion. No root motion, please. So now if I like switch animator controllers, yeah, let's update mode, always animate. I somehow need to keep that off. Is there like a root motion kind of thing? Apply. Whatever I was just doing. apply root motion. I need to find any reference to this. And delete it. So this is going to be actually equal to is grounded. Everything else is kind of extra. Control KD. Any other, find all. Nothing. Okay, great. So hopefully now root motion won't be applied anymore, even when I switch modes. Let me go to, I think this is the pile. Yep, this looks pretty good. I'm holding down shift and it's not really doing anything. So I don't know what's the dealio there. So let's go ahead and fix that too. If the magnitude's greater than 1, normalize it. If is walking, which would happen here, times it by 0.5. And then if we go here, you should be a number between 1 and or half of 1. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I guess I gotta make that public. Oh, it is public. Okay. So movement for this first person, you're 1. Yeah, you're still 1 even if I hold down shift. So, oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. So movement, is that being handled anywhere else except here? Oh, I'm using the wrong movement. Gotta use the underscore one. That's what's happening. There we go. Now I'm walking. I need to see him run across some kind of field or something. So I am going to, yeah, I'm going to make this kind of big. Let's go. Maybe even unselect them. Oh, okay. Get this field. Oops. Crap. I'm already at 2 hours. Let me finish this up. I think his feet aren't moving fast enough, but everything else seems fine. Shoot, I got 6 minutes. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. Animator, first person controller. Yeah, when you're grounded, if you don't mind giving me your blend tree. The walk, the forward walking. Shoot, humanoid walk. Okay, if running's 5.661, I think this is going to be, let's go ahead, 5.661, yep, divided by 2, 2.83 is what you need, but divided by 1.559, you really 0.182. Okay, so that's what we need to do for you guys, for the walk at least, and the walk backwards. Maybe. I didn't see how fast the walk backwards was, but let's see. Let me get the scene. No, where are you? Where's the 2 cubes? There they are. Alright, so I'm walking over there. Or running over there. Okay, so now I'm going to walk this line. Yeah, that looks better. Yep. Nice. Cool. That looks good. I like it. Alright, and that should be everything. So yeah, I fixed a lot of bugs. It's totally looking good. I might even, I love doing that. Jumping twice on the box. You can push the box and jump off of it. Push the box, jump off of it. Ooh, nice. It's called the jump off the box trick. It's my favorite. Oh yeah, get some air, baby. Let's get some air here. Oops. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this. Nope. Get a little air up here. Oh, actually I'm in the third person view up there, so I can see what I'm doing. Yeehaw! Let's go backwards. Nope, I just stumbled that time. Let's go. Here we go. Nice. That's my favorite. I don't know why it is. It's like a fun game. No, I'm coming after you, box. So, geez, I fall faster than that box. Bye, world. Alright. With that, I'm going to leave. It's been great doing this. We fixed a good amount of bugs. And I'm happy. That worked out just fine. Anyway, you can see this video on YouTube, or you can just follow me on Twitch, and I think I have links to all my stuff. I'll be streaming again once more tomorrow, and then after that it'll be Tuesday and Thursday. Alright everybody, have a great night, have a great weekend. I will catch you all next time. Until then, keep game programming, do your thing. See you guys later. Bye.